Hey y'all, welcome. I want to talk about how branding makes selling easy. I feel like a lot of us will say how branding is really not needed, and a lot of us skip over those foundational things when it comes to our brand. And I am here as an advocate to tell you that you need to brand your business. You need to be working on these foundations. Social media is going to make you think that you need to be out here taking pictures and getting logos and working on your colors of your brand. That's not the first thing that you should be working on. So I want to show y'all a couple of things that I do for the people that I work with. We work on all the foundations. I call it a no fluff zone because we're not into all that superficial shit, all that fluffy shit. Like, we getting down to the foundations and the root work. It's a lot of stuff that can help you to market your business in a way that it doesn't feel pushy. It doesn't feel salesy. When you properly brand yourself, you're able to put yourself out there in a way that you attract those customers and you attract the people that are for you. So one of the most important things about attracting people is you have to draw them in naturally. And in order for you to draw them in naturally, you got to know who it is that you out here serving. It's not just about you if you're running a business. You got to get into that foundation stuff, and you really got to get into who you're here to serve. If you don't know much about your ideal audience, there are so many tools out here for you to do that. And so you can market and sell your business by attracting these people. And you attract these people by knowing what they like, know what they desire, know what they struggle with, know what their blockages are. If they have some problems, know what kind of problems that they are trying to solve on their own, and they probably need a professional like you. So this is, I'll go show y'all, this is the whole brand strategy that I do for my clients. I want to talk about the ideal client profile. Like, what you should be doing is creating this avatar for your ideal client. Really picture who you think they are and create a profile for them. Why this is important is these things right here. So what you want to do, you want to make sure that you know what their struggles are. If you look here, this client, she does yoga. She provides yoga, essential oils, and her ideal client, the struggles, the challenges, and the blockages that they have, they probably have a hard time attending yoga classes because they have a busy schedule. So if you know this struggle, the struggles about your client, you are going to attract them online by creating content around a solution to their struggles. If you are a yoga instructor in this case, what are some solutions that you can provide to make them want to stop when they see you on their timeline and be like, you know what, this person could probably help me. And you're not really being pushy about it. You're selling in a way that is going to make them do all the work on their own. So it's really, really important that you know exactly who your ideal client is. And it doesn't have to just be about their struggles. It can be about some of their desires, if you would rather just speak to that. What do we have here? Let's see. So some of the desires of this client is they just want to be healthy and they want to be more productive. So that's something else that you can create content around so you can attract them going forward. It's all about attraction marketing. And attraction marketing, the root of that is knowing who your ideal client is. Like, know them like the back of your hand. When you know them, you're able to put content out there that really speaks to them, so they'll reach out on their own. They'll want to find out more because they feel seen, they feel heard. Once you know who your ideal client is, selling does not have to be hard. It is so much easier when you get into the foundations of your business and you work on your brand. You don't just look to do pictures and get the videos and get logos, all that stuff is not important in the beginning. And you are in a business, you want to make money, you want to get customers. So you want to make sure that you're actually putting stuff out there that's going to attract these people. Point blank period. You want to attract people to sell to people and do it naturally and without all the stress. It's stressful thinking about selling all of your stuff to people. Another way that you can make selling easier is once you know who your ideal client is, and you can start to create solutions for them, like I said. So if you know those struggles, like I just showed y'all the yoga instructor, if you know your struggles with your client, that they're busy, they don't have time to fit yoga into their schedule. So it's your job to create a solution for that. So another way that you make branding easier, if you know this is your problem and you're promoting on social media that you have this new yoga program that helps out people who want to do yoga, but they're busy and all they need is 5 minutes to do a little yoga routine. That's another thing. Get clarity on your offerings. And if you have a business and you're in here, let me know what you do, who you are, what you do, and who you think your ideal customer is. Another way that you can make branding really easy is by telling your story. I know a lot of us don't want to get vulnerable and we don't want to be telling everybody all our business. We don't want to be the face of our brands, and you don't necessarily have to. It's gonna be easier for you to tell your story, what you've been through, why you chose this line of business, what your purpose for this business is, because that's going to create a connection between you and the person that you want to be your client. If you have this client that maybe is possibly thinking about working with you, most likely they're going to remember you if you tell a story. That is how our brains work. They connect a piece of what you said and connect it to them and put themselves in that position. So don't be afraid to tell your story, tell your transformation, or maybe tell client transformations that you have helped in the past, and put all of that information out there. Don't hide behind your brand. Get out here, tell your story, be vulnerable. And if you're worried about like what other people will think, that stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're out here to build relationships, create connections, and make money. So enjoy it. Just do it. Storytelling, I talked about that. Oh, consistency. Consistency. When branding is going to be easier if you, on all of your platforms, all of this stuff that we talked about before, if you talk about your ideal client and who you serve, if you talk about your offerings, if your visuals and all of that stuff looks consistent, people are going to remember you. Don't skip over branding. My whole purpose of this live is a lot of people skip over this stuff, or people will go to getting photo shoots. I'm a brand photographer and a strategist. So I get brand clients that will want the photo shoots, but they have no idea what they're doing it for. And I don't mind doing photo shoots for fun. I encourage that. But when it comes down to your business, it has to be intentional and it has to be strategic, because we are out here creating businesses that are going to be sustainable and it's going to last. Like if you get a photo shoot, because this is what I see people do all the time. If you get a photo shoot and you just go and get some updated headshots, or you're cute and you post those photos and you say, hey, y'all, I'm launching a business. People are going to congratulate you. People are going to like it. but it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll get clients. And if you do get clients, it's not going to be sustainable because there's other work that you have to do. How in the world are they going to know that you can continuously serve them by just looking at a picture? And a picture without substance. I'm not talking about a picture, because this is what I encourage. I encourage pictures where you're showing your behind the scenes processes. You're showing how you work with clients. You're showing your personality. If you just go and post a headshot, that's not really showing anybody what you can do. And you want to make sure that you can build those connections and, again, attract those clients. So if you really want to attract those clients, then make sure you're out here telling your story, and make sure that you're being intentional and strategic so you can make selling easier. It does not have to be hard. Branding makes selling so much easier. So you don't have to be pushy like car salesmen. You don't have to do that. Or the people that call your phone, you hang up on them right away. Like, we don't even have to worry about that as online business owners. We can just put everything out there on social media. You can talk about your clients on social media. You can talk about their problems. You can talk about the things that they desire and how you will help them get there. That's marketing. Selling is not hard. It's not hard. It is a little work that you have to put in, but really once you work on those foundations and you know everything about your customer, it'll become repetitive, number one. And number two, you won't have to do a lot of work. You just put that information out there, and when they come across your brand, they'll see that and they'll reach out to you naturally. It doesn't have to be hard. And it's so foundational. Like, it's so important to have this stuff done. I see people skip it so many times. And I've skipped it. I've been in business for almost 6 years now. And I just started working on that within the last year and a half. And it has made things so much easier for me. It has made things so much easier. I have pivoted so many times. I went back and forth with, I was a wedding photographer and a lifestyle photographer. I went back and forth with, maybe I'll be losing money if I stop doing these type of things and just completely go over to brands. Like, I promise y'all, branding makes things easier, and that foundational stuff, you need that so you can have a sustainable business. This right here, I want to show y'all this. This is the roadmap that I told you all about. So these are the things that people normally skip over. The heart of your brand, your purpose, your vision, your mission, your values. Some of that stuff is going to help you to where maybe you get sidetracked, or maybe you want to collaborate with somebody and they're not really aligned, or maybe you have a couple of projects that you want to take on and you're not really sure if you want to take that on. If you get clear on these things first, this is going to help you to stay aligned, so you can do an alignment check and make sure that every decision that you make in your business going forward is beneficial. So then we work on your positioning, which I believe is the most important, because again, we're talking about attracting the clients. And when you're attracting your clients, you want to make sure that you know who exactly you're going to serve, because that's going to be what you're going to be talking about online. You're going to be talking about their problems, their struggles, the blockages that they have, and the solutions that you have to get them to where they desire. And then we talk about the visuals. It's last on purpose. Like, y'all, once you know your brand foundation, you can use this anywhere. When I'm in front of people, I know my pitch like the back of my hand, because I've been working on this. I know who my ideal client is. I know the struggles that they go through. I know the blockages that they have. So you can use this when you're pitching to people. You can use this when you're filling out grant proposals, because they're going to ask the same things. All of this stuff that the framework covers, grant proposals, ask that. Is practically your business plan. You can use this for marketing, of course. Y'all, this is the most important part. If you have not visualized what your ideal client is, do that now. Do it now. Give them a name. Give them a persona. Are y'all familiar with Answer the Public? Maybe I can pull that up because that's one of my favorite websites to do market research. So maybe I can go over that for a little bit and tell y'all how I come up with some content ideas. I'll do yoga. What Answer the Public does is it goes through the Google search results and it will pick out, it will show you all the questions that people have on Google. And what is so beautiful about this is all of these questions here that Answer the Public, I typed in yoga. So we're going to talk about yoga for a second, as if we have a yoga business. With Cassandra, Adrian, I guess they're popular. That says that it's 90.5K. Wow. I don't know who Yoga with Adrian is, but wow. I guess they're being searched a lot. Oh, okay, here we go. So, yoga to induce labor. If you're a yoga instructor, you can film some yoga routines to help pregnant women induce labor, and so on. So, Answer the Public, y'all, this is my favorite tool. If I ever run out of content ideas, I'm gonna come here and answer all of the questions. And I come here anyways because a lot of my content ideas are like storytelling, like my experiences and things that I've experienced. So this will help you from an expert standpoint because there's different types of content that you should post on social media. You should tell the stories and have that storytelling content. But if you really want to position yourself as the expert in that, and somebody, going back to that attraction marketing, if you really want to attract people and make them feel seen, you want to talk about their problems and their struggles. And Answer the Public is giving you all that. They're giving you all of the yoga is dead. Yoga is a sin. Oh my God. Okay. Answer the Public gives you all of these questions that your ideal client is probably thinking of. So you can create educational content around this. And that educational content is very important because that is what helps you to convert people. Things like storytelling, and maybe I'll go ahead and pull that up. And so there's different types of content. I didn't even come up here to talk about this, but we here, so I'm gonna talk about it. Before I get into it, yes, Keitra, being scared of yoga, how? Before we get into the different type of content types, I really want to reiterate that branding does not have to, it doesn't have to be hard selling if you really go through your foundations and work on all of that stuff that you're probably skipping over when you started your business, like your purpose, your mission, your values. All of that stuff is going to help you to stay in alignment, knowing who your ideal client is, knowing your goals. Don't just say you're going to do something. Have some goals, write them down, and make a plan. Break them goals all the way down from beginning to end so you can make a plan to get it done. All of that is included in your brand strategy, and then getting to the visuals and making sure that you visually have a brand that reflects all of that. So now I'm going to talk about the different content types, because I talked about educational content, like Answer the Public is going to give you a lot of questions that your ideal audience is going to have. So, that educational content is going to be good for, getting sales. It's solution awareness. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's pretty small. But that sales content is solution awareness. This is where you're going to show people that you're the expert and how you can solve their problems. So in my head, I think that there's 3 different goals that most business owners have. They're either trying to get awareness, they're trying to get new followers, they're trying to get in front of their target audience. It's either growth content. They probably already have a lot of their ideal audience following them. So they just want to nurture them and guide them along the process of working with them. Or there's sales content where you strictly want to make money. You want to get them coins. So if you want to bring in awareness, a lot of the things that you should probably post about is storytelling content, telling your story, like your transformations, why you're doing this. I also have a free guide. It's about 30 prompts. It's free. It's a free download at the link in my bio, the Storytelling Bank. And it gives you about 30 different prompts that you can use if you want to create some awareness content. If you want to put yourself out there, tell your story to attract your ideal audience and gain more awareness. And that's free. So storytelling is one type of content. Then there's behind the scenes content. This is pretty cool because another way that you can attract people is by showing them what it's like working with you. I'm a brand photographer, so I mean, it's no question. I record everything. So I'm always recording the people behind the scenes and what I'm doing behind the scenes, having my tripod up or having people with me record my behind the scenes, because I want to show people a little bit, give them a sneak peek into what it's like working with me. So if you have a business, a way that you can get awareness to your brand is showing people the behind the scenes, because again, we're here to make connections, and you want people to be putting themselves in that position, like, oh, this is what it would be like if I work with them. And then the last type of awareness content, if you're looking to gain awareness, is making people aware of those problems. So this is another thing that Answer the Public is good for, because Answer the Public is telling you all the questions that they have. So all of those questions that they have is letting you know some problems, some struggles that they might be going through. And you're going to talk about those problems and those struggles in your content. And then you have the growth content. The growth content, we have authority, we have educational and teaching. I talked about that. And then you have the inspirational and motivational. Because remember, with growth, you already have the people in your audience. You just want to encourage them to keep going forward. So this growth content using authority, like you're having your, maybe having testimonials, maybe awards or something that a reason that you got here, like kind of like social proof or validating your position. So that's the authority content. Then the educational and teaching, that's kind of self-explanatory. And the inspiration and motivational, that's kind of self-explanatory as well. So that's all. The growth content is all about nurturing your clients. And then you have the sales content, which is entertaining. That's where you get into the trends, and all of these, they can be switched up as well. Like entertaining, I feel like that can get some people to be like, let me go check out this product that she's talking about or they're talking about. But it also can be awareness content as well. I think entertaining content is really good for, like, if you want to pick a trending sound or something like that, and do some kind of voiceover or some kind of acting out or something like that, and putting something relatable to your brand. That could be pretty entertaining. And I think that, platforms like TikTok and Instagram put those to the forefront. So that can be awareness too. These can be interchangeable. And then we have the solution content, which is basically telling you, we had problem awareness before, but with the solution awareness, you're not just letting people know the problem, you're letting people know the solution, and maybe talking about the processes and how you can actually get them to that. And then the promotional offers offers is another type of content, which I think is more common. And this is probably why the promotional offers is probably why people hate selling, because you probably only tell people about your businesses and the offers that you have when you have a sale going on or something like that. Like, that's not what selling is about. That's probably the last thing that selling is about, because me personally, I don't want to cheapen my offers. Like I like doing community work. So if it's mutually beneficial, I'm going to do something like that. But I know the value that my services offer, and we all have some kind of value to our services, because like we talked about before, every person has a problem and you have a solution for them. So that's already some kind of value. So you don't necessarily have to post a sale or something like that to get people to buy what you have to offer, because they already know the benefit of what you have to offer. And if you're posting promotional offers all the time, that's probably why you don't like selling. Like, you can sell by knowing your ideal client, getting clarity on your brand and what you offer, what you do, and the solutions that you provide, and saying all of that stuff on social media, putting that stuff out there. Branding is going to make selling a lot easier. If you work on those foundations, don't just go get photo shoots. Don't work on the colors. Don't work on the logos. Don't work on the pictures. Make sure that you're working on that foundational work, because I promise you, if you do not work on it, you're going to have to come back to it later. So you might as well get it done now. You might as well get it done now, and it's going to make life so much easier, because it's like a system. You can come back to this anytime when you work on your mission, your purpose, your vision, your values, the audience that you want to serve, like your dream clients. Once you know them like the back of your hand, once you know what your goals are and you make a plan to get to those goals, once you know what unique offer what unique value that you bring to the table, it doesn't matter about all the other people that are in your industry. There is something that's unique about you, and there's a reason why people are choosing you. That is what branding is about. So we can really put our authentic selves out there. And I just want to make sure that people are creating brands that they love. Like, I have pivoted so many times, and I'm probably going to do it again, but I feel like I'm in a space that is really authentic to me right now. So I feel like I'm going to be here for a while, and I just really want that for other business owners. I don't want you to have to come back years later, miserable, overwhelmed, burnt out, because you're working on a business that does not serve you. And I'm all about sustainability and longevity, and going from, I'm a multi-passionate creative. So not only do I do brand photography and brand strategy, but I'm a crafter. I love to sew. Like, I do a whole bunch of things, and I want to make time to do all of those things. I don't want to be running a business 24/8. Like, I'm not here for that. I got kids. I'm not here to be living a life like that. So I'm making sure that I am creating a brand that I love, and I want that for other people. I want us to have that sustainability and that longevity. And so we can make a business, so we can build a business that actually converts to money, because we're not doing this for our health. We want to get our money. If you want grants, that brand strategy, that brand roadmap, your foundations, it's going to go over all that stuff. It asks you all those questions. They're not going to just give you money without you actually knowing what you're out here doing, what your mission is. They're not going to just give you money. You got to work on all that stuff. When you're pitching to people, if you pitch into people and you have high ticket offers and you want people to trust you with their money, you got to get clear on what it is you're doing. And you don't want to do that when you have the customer in front of you. Like, you want to know all of that stuff already, and you want to tell them what they need, because sometimes that's what people want. They want you to tell them what they need. So if you work on those foundations, you'll know this stuff like the back of your heart, like the back of your hand. You'll have a system that you can come back to anytime you get lost. Content creation is so much easier because it goes into that ideal client. You know who your ideal client is. You know what their struggles are. I know who my ideal client is because they're me. They're me. I went through all these struggles. I go through all these challenges. I go through all these blockages. And the same thing is probably for you. So if you know your ideal client like the back of your hand, and really study this stuff and really find solutions, like really make solutions for this client, selling is so much easier. That's all you have to put out there. Just say, oh, you have this problem, I have this solution. Oh, you're going through this blockage, let's do something to fix that. Oh, here's a little bit about my story. I went through this, which relates to you in this way. Like, it makes it so much easier. If you create a surface level brand, you're going to attract surface level people. You're going to attract people that just want you. They like you, but are they really going to give you top dollar for their money? Like, we don't want to attract those kind of people, because I've been there. Those are the people that are going to give you the most troubles. They're going to ask the most from you, have you doing a whole bunch of work that's out of your scope. We don't want that. We don't want that. So we're not going to focus on the visuals first. We're going to focus on the foundation, and then we're going to create visuals around that foundation that's very strategic and very intentional. I trust and I speak that your night will go well. Take this with you. Branding does not have to be hard. It's all attraction. It's all energy. The energy that you put out is going to be the energy that you receive. It's no different in business. When you talk about, think of your dream clients and think about what they need. Think about what they desire. And if you can't think of your dream client, think about yourself, because you're probably your dream client. Think about yourself. What are some struggles, some desires that you have right now? And you like, I'm not accepting this. This is not going to be my life. I am creating a solution for this. I am creating a solution for this so we can get everything that we desire. It's just that simple. The energy that you put out is going to be the energy that you receive. Branding does not have to be hard. Selling does not have to be hard. Work on those foundations, y'all. I'm going to peace out. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. That's going to be it, y'all. Peace.